Hello everyone, welcome to my civil engineering YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it and hit the bell icon to get notified when I post my new videos. Today I'll be discussing regarding moment distribution method, introduction to moment distribution method, important terminologies to be followed while solving a numerical by using the moment distribution method, sign conventions and then fixed end moments. So coming on to the first concept of this lecture series, that is introduction. So what is a moment distribution method basically means? So moment distribution method is a method which is widely used for analysis of indeterminate structures. So this method is also convenient to analyze statically indeterminate beams and rigid frames. So this method was first suggested by Professor Hardy-Cross in early 1930s. So for fairly higher degree of indeterminate structures, this method is very useful. So coming on to the next concept, that is important terminologies to be followed while solving a numerical by using the moment distribution method. The first important terminology is carryover moment. So carryover moment is nothing but, so when a moment, when it is applied at one end of a member, allowing a rotation of that end and fixing the farther end, so some amount of moment is developed at the farther end also, that is a fixed end. So this moment is called as carryover moment. So I just repeat it. So I just take the example of beam AB here, wherein A is the non-fixed end, A is the non-fixed end and B is the fixed end. So I just apply the moment at A here. So that moment, applied moment is denoted by M. So after application of moment at A, so there is a unit rotation which is caused. There is a rotation which is caused. So that is called as theta A here. So apart from the applied moment, that is M, some amount of moment is also developed at fixed end. Apart from the applied moment, some amount of moment is also developed at the fixed end, that is at B. So that moment is termed as M dash, so which is represented here in the figure. You can just observe that. So that M dash is called as carryover moment. So when a moment it is applied at the non-fixed end of a member, allowing that end to rotate, so that the other end, that is a fixed end, in the fixed end some amount of moment is also developed, so apart from the applied moment, so that moment is called as carryover moment. So that moment is called as carryover moment. So here in the sketch, M represents applied moment, theta A represents the rotation at the non-fixed end, and M dash represents the moment which is apart from the applied moment, that is called as carryover moment. So the next important terminology is carryover factor. So it is nothing but the ratio of carryover moment to the applied moment is called as carryover factor. The ratio of carryover moment to the applied moment is called as carryover factor. So here in the above figure, we have represented M as the applied moment and M dash as the carryover moment. So the carryover factor is nothing but M dash divided by M. So the next important terminology is stiffness. So stiffness is nothing but the moment required to produce unit rotation at an end of the structural member is called as stiffness. So I just repeat it. So stiffness is nothing but moment required to produce unit rotation is at the end of the structural member is called as stiffness. So basically stiffness is denoted by letter capital K. So I have taken the same sketch here, the same beam, that is beam AB, wherein one end is non-fixed and other end at the B is fixed. So here stiffness is represented for this beam. It is represented as K is equal to m divided by theta A, wherein m is the amount of moment which is applied to cause unit rotation at A, that is theta A should be equal to 1 radian. Okay, so that amount of moment which is causing the unit rotation is called as stiffness. So the next important terminology which is used is called as distribution factor. So what is a distribution factor means? So I have considered a sketch here. So when a moment is applied to a rigid joint where a number of members are meeting, when a moment is applied to a joint, to a rigid joint where a number of members are meeting, the applied moment is shared by the members meeting at that joint. The ratio of moment shared by the member to the applied moment at the joint is called as distribution factor. So for easy understanding, I have given a sketch here. So wherein, so you can just observe that. So if m is the moment, moa is the moment which is shared by the member oa. So moa is the moment which is shared by the member oa, then the moment m is applied at joint o. So then the distribution factor for the member OA is equal to DOA, that is equal to MOA divided by M. So I just repeat here. So I have taken a sketch here. So wherein O is the joint, rigid joint, wherein all the members meet at the joint. So at that joint, at that rigid joint O, I am applying the moment which is equal to M, which is equal to m. So that moment is distributed, to overall members, that is oa, od, oc and ob. So if I want to take a part of that overall member, suppose if I want to take what is the amount, if I want to calculate what is the amount of distribution factor for member oa itself, then that distribution factor for OA is equal to MOA divided by M, wherein MOA is nothing but moment shared by the member OA when M is applied at joint O. Is it clear? Okay. So the next concept is nothing but sign conventions. Sign conventions to be followed while solving a numerical by using the moment distribution method. So the first sign convention here is support moments. While in case of support moments, so clockwise moments are considered to be positive and counterclockwise moments are considered to be taken as negative. Clockwise moments are considered as positive and anti-clockwise or counterclockwise moments are considered as negative. Similarly, rotation, clockwise or slope formation. So clockwise angles are taken as positive and anti-clockwise rotation are taken as negative. So similarly, so when a beam or when the member sinks, so in that cases the settlement or sinking will be taken as positive if it rotates the beam as a whole in clockwise direction. I just repeated. So settlement or the sinking will be taken as positive if it rotates the beam as a whole in clockwise direction, and settlement is taken as negative if it rotates the beam as a whole in anti-clockwise direction. So if it rotates the beam as a whole in clockwise direction, then it is taken as positive. So if it rotates the beam as a whole in negative direction, in counterclockwise direction, then it is taken as negative. So coming on to the next concept, that is fixed end moments, I have considered some important load cases wherein the fixed end moments are calculated. So here the first case is that have taken the center concentrated load. So the fixed end, both the ends are fixed, the center and span of the beam is equal to L. So here in this case the fixed end moment is equal to WL by 2 or PL by 2. So P is the magnitude of the load and L is the length. So therefore the fixed end moment for a center concentrated load is equal to PL by 2 or WL by 2. So the next case is that for eccentric loading, so rotation sinking of the support and UVL. So in this second figure sketch, you can just observe that P is the magnitude of the load, which is having the distance of A from support, from the left side support, and B from the right hand side. So where L is the overall length of the beam. So in this case the fixed end moment of left support is equal to minus PA B square divided by L square, and the right hand side, that is equal to positive variation of PA square B divided by L square. So the next case is that when a beam is subjected to overall uniformly distributed load, in such case I have taken the uniformly distributed load as Q here, and L is the length of the beam here. So in this case fixed end moment of left hand side is equal to QL square divided by 12. So if the load is W, then it is taken as WL square by 12. So the right hand side, it is the positive variation of the left hand side, that is plus QL square by 12. So the next the next loading case is that it is subjected to the uniformly varying load, which varies from 0 at the left hand side and Q naught at the right hand side, and the length of the beam is equal to L here. So in such case the left hand side fixed end moment is equal to minus Q naught L square by 30. So minus Q naught L square by 30, it is the fixed end moment of the uniformly distributed load, uniformly varying load at left hand side. So right hand side, it is equal to plus Q naught L square by 20, plus Q naught L square by 20. So the next case is that the beam is subjected to the external moment which is eccentrically distributed, means the m naught is the magnitude of the moment here. So L is the overall length of the beam. So m naught is having the distance of A from the left hand side and B from the right hand side. So in this case uh, fixed end moment at left hand side is equal to m naught B into 2A minus B divided by L square. So at right hand side, it is equal to m naught A into 2B minus A divided by L square. Thank you for watching.